Bonjour.
Bonjour, and welcome to Fiction After Lunch. I'm Sam.
I'm Mindy.
And this is our podcast where we have a special episode.
And this is our podcast Fiction After Lunch, yes.
Yes, and this is our special episode in which we will read a story Mindy Sam wrote.
Sam, yay! Yeah. How old were you when you wrote the story?
I wanted to say 2009, but...
Okay, you're a little bit old now.
Yeah. Yes, I was 12 years old, yes. Mm-hmm. And it's a very short story.
So we have a short story here, yes?
Yes. And what did you have for lunch without me?
I feel like I'm just looking at you, just like waiting for you to, how's it called, to have a monologue at some point. I'm just like curious what you will say to the audience, to the listeners about the stories that you wrote, because actually yes. We haven't recorded an episode for, I don't know, 2 months or something, 1.5 months, anything.
Wasn't it more like 2 weeks?
2 weeks? I don't know. For me, it felt like when I don't see you for 2 weeks, it felt like for me from 2 months.
Aww.
And yeah, it's 1 week before Christmas, and we decided to read a short story. And I'm really curious about the title of the short story because what is it?
Frühling, which means spring.
So maybe this episode will come out in spring or maybe after Christmas, who knows? And we will give you like a spring feeling, who knows? I don't know what genre do you have for this short story?
Horror.
Nein. I think it will be a surprise, right?
It's kind of dark. But still, you haven't told me. What did you have for lunch, Mindy?
Oh, damn, what did I have? I think I ate some cheese, actually.
You ate some cheese? Okay, good. I had an avocado salad and fries.
Oh.
Yes, imagine you invited me over for lunch, but okay.
Yeah! I think I should have just do this. Actually, I had some plans this morning and then I was just like, yeah, no. And then I was just lying in my bed and playing Genshin Impact all the time. And
I was also in bed the whole morning.
You could. Yeah, I could have just joined you in your bed, or you could have just joined me in my bed.
Yes. No need to stay alone.
No need to stay alone, and we are just sitting next to each other or lying next to each other with our phones and playing video games or reading and writing stuff. So, and you told me you wrote this 2009? Like, did you write this like in school or anything? In which class have you been?
I think the date on the handwritten document says...
Which you typed this morning.
Yes, says 30th of December.
Oh! So you wrote it like
at home.
On New Year's Eve, kind of, like 1 day before.
Oh, wait, no, this is the other story. The spring one. No, it was probably February when I wrote that one. This one was probably 2010 then. But still, I was the same age.
I kind of get the feeling that the age 12 and 13 is like the age where you normally, like, how's it called, start to write stories. Mm-hmm. Because I also wrote my first stories when I was 13 years old and like, okay, maybe it's like the normal time for it.
Yes, because you know enough words to write when you're at that age.
Like before you don't know any words.
Yes.
Like to write a poem with like some vocabularies that you learned in school.
Yeah.
Apples can kiss babies.
Okay. I want to psychoanalyze why you chose exactly these words, but okay.
I like apples. What did I say? Kissed, right?
Yeah.
Kissed babies.
But you don't like babies.
I don't like babies.
Yeah. Interesting. Huh.
I'm just trying to how's it called? I don't know what I'm trying to do. Don't ask me. And another thing, Sam also brought me some Christmas cookies, which we are going to, which I'm going to eat. to do. bake your cookies. I just look at your cookies and just like, okay, I will try to find the composition of ingredients in the cookie and then I will try to remake it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know, like we are just getting further away from your story. I'm just trying to fill the content. No, but
thanks for all that content, Mindy.
Yeah, I'm content creator now.
Yeah.
No, but actually do you remember like this TV series or like some series where people try to analyze, for example, how's it called, chocolate bars, of what kind of ingredients they consist of, and then they try to remake it. So they are just trying to analyze, okay, there's like maybe a chocolate cream inside or some other things, and they just try to figure out what's inside by tasting them and by taking it apart, like a chocolate bar. For example, like Snickers or Mars or anything. This is no advertisement. We are not working together with them. I didn't want to say the name, but Sam looked at me in total confusion, so I was like,
no,
okay.
I look at you in total confusion because I don't know this.
You don't know this?
No.
Because
I know what you mean, and I know what you mean, but I have not watched it, and I don't know what you mean. I haven't spoken English in a while.
Now I'm in total confusion. Does she understand or not?
I understand what you mean, but I can't picture the series. I don't know what. I never heard of the series. Galileo. Okay.
Did you watch it?
I did not watch it. No.
So maybe you don't know. Okay.
No.
Because they had like this, how's it called? They normally have different kind of topics, and some topics occur like more often, like weekly or something like this. And they had this like thing which appeared like more often, and they tried out different kind of chocolate bars and tried to analyze them and remake them. And I was very fascinated. So, but apart from this, apart from chocolate bars and confusion, I think it's time for us to go into your chapter.
Yes.
Like, not chapter, but your short story.
Yeah.
And I have control over the mouse, so I will just
scroll
go down now.
Genau.
So you're going to read, I think.
Yes, I can read. There's only a little bit of dialogue, and I marked it in yellow.
Okay, so I'm going to read the dialogue, I think, then.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not really dialogue, it's more like a monologue, but okay.
Or more like thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spring. The snow had melted, the first flowers bloomed on the shrubs and trees, and the grass looked a bit greener again. There was this typical smell of spring in the air.
First question.
Yeah?
What are shrubs?
I can look in the original. I am not sure.
Did you put it through Google Translator?
Sträucher.
Sträucher, okay.
Yeah. I said I put it through Google Translator.
And you did not reread it?
Not really.
Okay. So I'm curious if this is like the real word for bush.
Sträucher. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
For a bush. I think it's the same in English then.
Not really.
No, it's different. Is it like a shrub is more thin than a bush, maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
But I hardly noticed all this when I ran through the streets like a startled chicken. I still held the rose I had wanted to give him firmly in my hand. The thorns cut into my flesh and I bled a little.
Okay, we are in for 5 sentences and there's already blood.
I'm sorry that I judged Mindy.
Yeah, you judged me in my first chapter and the guy killed himself. Please listen to the first chapter. And you told me, this is like so brutal and everything. And you're like, earlier there. There's earlier blood.
But even that was irrelevant. More importantly, the one for whom the rose had been intended ran after me with a pocket knife in his hand.
What is happening? What? Wait. We are in for 7 sentences and there's already like a chase where like the girl or the main person is running away from another person who has a knife in his hand.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it would be a nice story. Like an innocent one with the title Spring.
The other one is very innocent. the other one I have with me that we will read later. But this
Okay.
one is a bit dark, and I'm sorry for it.
No,
And I'm
I
sorry
like
for
dark
Small
stories.
Sam.
I love Small Sam already. This is very sympathetic? No. What is it?
Yes? Oder?
Sympathisch, no?
Nah.
Ah.
No. That's
I wanted to say a positive word, but I think I said a negative one.
positive word.
Okay.
End of sentence.
End of sentence.
The distance between us remained the same, although I gradually got out of breath. His and my friends, however, had long since given up running after us and stopping him.
So so they have together friends and they try to stop him, or both of them.
Yes, my friends and his friends were running after us and tried to stop him because he has a knife, but they gave up.
Ah, okay, yeah, just let him kill the main person or something.
Yeah.
If only my physical education teacher could see that.
It shot through my head, and immediately afterwards...
If only I hadn't listened to my big sister.
Well, first of all, this was some kind of joke, because, I mean, I read this like from my perspective, and I wasn't a very sportive person, and the joke behind that is, oh, if my teacher could see me running, look how fast I can run. I know exactly what I thought when I wrote this.
But actually, I think, like you said, that the distance between both of them remains the same, so it means that the main person, who I assume is maybe a she or something like this,
Yeah.
like you,
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah.
because the distance remains the same. She is as fast as the guy who was following her, so it doesn't seem like her physical, what's it called, health is not too bad. But maybe
Yes,
because
and the
her
friends
breath got-
have given up.
and the friends couldn't run so long.
Yeah.
So actually, maybe she's quite good, or maybe her friends are like bad in sports or anything.
But it's not that I didn't know it would happen. If you have,
Now or never.
as a personal motto, the never would sometimes be better. The chirping birds basking in the warm spring sun seemed to laugh at me. How could I be so stupid for the millionth time and think anything would ever change? Suddenly, I found myself in a dead end, and he stood in front of me with a murderous look.
Spring is the best time to celebrate Valentine's Day. But today is not necessarily the best Valentine's Day.
I laughed hysterically. Okay, now I will probably die.
What?
End of story.
That's the end of the story. Oh my god. That escalated quickly.
Yes.
What the fuck? Okay. Let me just reread some things. Like there are some things that I don't understand, or where's like too less informations.
Too
Like,
little information.
Too little informations. Like first of all,
Yeah.
why does he want to kill her on Valentine's Day? And what does her big sister has to do it? Like maybe her big sister told her to give him chocolate or anything. No, she wanted to give him a rose, right?
Yes.
And maybe he hates roses or something and wants to kill her. But
Yes.
that's not a. Is it?
Or he just hates the main person, the main character.
Yes. But,
This is
why?
this-
Why does he hate her?
Because of something that happened outside of the story.
So, do you have, how's it called? Is this like a story that is completely separated from other stories that you wrote, or do you
Yes.
have like a conclusion to this
No,
story? Or?
I have no conclusion to this.
Ah, okay. So now we can only assume what happened, you can say. Or
Yes.
do you have
You have to think about it.
I have to think about it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not used to thinking anymore. Just looking, like my phone is on my modern physics book. No, modern particle physics book.
Yeah.
And it's closed. So I don't think anymore. No. And
As soon as the book is closed,
as soon as
the brain
book
is shut
closed,
down.
brain doesn't work anymore, doesn't think, it's time to relax.
Yeah.
And okay, like where can we even start? So the snow had melted, so we know it's in spring, we have Valentine's Day, it's like do we know in which country this plays? Like I think every country has this kind of like Valentine's Day. Like also
I
in
think
Germany we
I
have it.
was too small to have it set somewhere else.
So we have like in a country where Valentine's Day takes place? In Germany, it's also like a thing at some point.
In school, we had this thing where we were able to write a little card and address it to someone at school. And for 50 cents, they were collected. And then during one of the lessons, people would walk around and give these little letters and lollipop to a person who it was addressed to.
Ah, so you got like a piece of paper, was it random?
Not
Which you
random,
didn't
it was
or-
like imagine we went to school together and we were friends. I would write a letter, dear Mindy, class, let's say 8C. And I would write on it Happy Valentine's Day and draw little hearts.
Oh!
And then I would give it to the people who would collect them. I would give them 50 cents. And during math class, they would go around and give you the letter and a lollipop.
Ah, okay. But also you don't have to write down your name, so it can also be anonymous, or?
Yes.
Oh, that's really cute.
But of course, you would know it was me.
Like, best greetings, my Sam.
Yeah.
Like in big letters over all pages.
Genau. Yeah.
Yeah, actually we had something, now that I remember, we had something similar actually. And I also received like one heart from a friend of mine, because she was like totally into this kind of stuff and everything. I was like, I don't know, I was in my goth scene
Face.
phase, so I was like too proud to fill out. Like, was it also in the shape of a heart?
No, it was not.
So it was for you in the shape of like a normal paper, and we in our school we had a similar system. I don't know if you had like if you need to pay for it or something, but you could also write like a letter, and it was in a heart shape. So you could get this piece of paper, and it was like a heart which you can open, and then you can write down something, and also like a small piece of chocolate or something, and then you can. Like the same principle, you can give it to someone who's collecting this kind of stuff, and then you can give it to a person like sitting in a class or anything. And I think it's really cute, but I didn't do this by myself. I was like so embarrassed when I got it actually. I was like, oh my god, I got a heart. I'm like, oh my god, I'm evil. I cannot have hearts and everything. I was really, how's it called? Edgy? I was thinking of the word. But then I talked with my friend about it, and I was like, I was so happy also to got it, but I did not show it. I was like, okay, putting it away and showing it to no one. But then I went to my friend, like behind the building of the school, and just like, oh, thank you very much. I'm so glad, and thank you for the chocolate and everything. And she was very happy.
Okay.
Yes. So, and regarding this story, we were talking about Valentine's Day now all the time.
Yeah.
When do you give a person a rose, actually? Like one rose, isn't it? Or is it like a bouquet?
No, it's like one rose. I think it happened afterwards, after I wrote the story, but my best friend at the time and I, we used to give each other roses on Valentine's Day. We weren't a couple, we just were best friends. And we, as long as she was single, she gave me a rose. And as soon as she had a boyfriend, she forgot about me.
She gave all roses to him, right?
Yes.
And then he was running after her with a pocket knife. No.
Probably. Actually, now that I think about it. We had some stuff happening at school.
Oh my god.
But yeah.
But is this scene like connected? How's it called? What happened in school? Or is it like more fictional? Now I'm trying to analyze Sam's school life. With a very obvious question.
Well, legally, I'm not allowed to say. Well, think about how close were your story to your school life.
The first chapter was very, very close to my school life. I was sitting at home and watching horror movies with my friends. Or like without my friends sometimes.
Yeah, when you're very small, I think you usually start by writing about things you know, and
also combine it with stuff that you saw in movies and everything, and have this like, how's it called, something that you already know what happens in real life, and also stuff that is happening in like movies and everything. Did you already watch some thriller or horror movies when you were 12? Did your parents allow it?
They did not.
But you watched it in secret, or?
No, I did not, because when I was that age, I didn't really have the possibilities. Because, I mean, you're even older than me. You should know that at that time, I only had Windows XP and no internet. I could play pinball on my Windows XP.
Yeah, I remember.
No, I did not watch movies. I didn't have internet. I didn't have a TV in my room.
Oh.
The only TV was in the living room where you saw it when you visited me.
Yeah.
And
what did you do without internet and without television?
I read books.
Oh my god!
I read horror books at the library.
So this is where we get it.
I think this is where I might got some stuff from.
So you already, did read a lot when you were a child?
I read a lot when I was a child. And now that we talk about it, I remember one instance when I had a book with me that was supposed to be over 16.
Oh!
And my mother found it and she got really mad at me.
Yeah, understandable. I had something similar actually. I had a television in my room.
I did not.
Yeah, okay, this is a difference, but it was a medium, and I really wanted to watch a horror movie, which was a guy with a mask and everything, and it was after 10 p.m. or something. But my mom kind of, how's it called? Told me, she was screaming at me don't watch this horror movie and something. Then she just turned off my television. And then I just waited for 1 hour in my bed without falling asleep. I was trying to not fall asleep because I normally fell asleep at 9 or 10. And I think I was also around 12, 13 or something like this, or maybe also earlier. And I was I want to watch this movie. And actually the movie already started, but I still waited for 1 hour to turn on my television on very low volume to see the end of the movie. Just I was too, I don't know. I just wanted to really watch it, but my mom also didn't allow. But actually I watched a lot of horror and some kind of stuff like this with anime. Because I watched, I think my first anime was first real anime where I knew it was an anime and not some kind of cartoon in television, was actually when I was, I think, also 13 or something. And it was Elfenlied, and some people of you already know what it is. And it's really brutal. It's one of the most brutal anime ever. And this was the time when I also got my PC. And I started to watch Invader Zim. And after Invader Zim, I started to watch Elfenlied. And then I watched Higurashi, which is also very brutal. Small children killing each other, which is very brutal. But the ending is very nice. And yeah, I don't know. And my mom came inside of the room and then she just saw a cartoon. And was oh yeah, she's watching a cartoon, not too bad and everything. And I was ha ha ha, you never know. And then at some point I did show her some scenes when I was 15 or 16. Puberty, teenager age. And I showed her that the cartoons and anime were not so nice what she were thinking about. And then she was oh my god, what did you watch all the time? I was you never realize, But actually she was very oh, okay. Because my brother was also watching horror movies all the time.
I didn't have these possibilities because TV time was supervised very closely. And internet time, I had 1 hour of internet when I was very young.
When did you got a computer, a family computer?
I don't really remember.
Because we got ours when I was, I think, 10 years old, but it was the same. My mom mainly used it for emails and everything. And I only used it also for 1 hour and then she used it again or something, that it was turned off. It also took a long time to, how's it called, start.
Yes.
And I don't know, you couldn't do so much actually.
For me it was quite late that I could do just whatever I wanted on the internet.
Which is maybe a good thing, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I often get the feeling that children nowadays, now I'm the old person here.
Yeah.
With my 27 years.
Yeah, same. I have the feeling especially right now that all school is on the internet and stuff like that, they are much more vulnerable to all the things on the internet.
Yeah, I don't know. For example, like all of this kind of TikTok trend was
Yes,
very weird for me because I also downloaded it just out of curiosity, and I was like scrolling through it, and the first things that you see is like small children or teenagers dancing and everything. And it feels so weird. Like
Yes.
this is the first thing you see, and it also has like this algorithm, which algorithm, and
I like how I correct you and you say the exact same thing you said before.
yeah, improvement, you know.
Imagery?
Yeah. Trauma. I want to go under my kotatsu and never see anyone again. And I totally forgot what I wanted to say.
I'm back for like 1 hour and you already want me to leave.
Go out, but leave your food here now. And
Sorry.
No, but okay, you know what I mean with.
Yeah.
I think children just have too early access to the internet because there are some things that children can only like understand or get when it gets to a specific age. And yeah.
Yeah, in my psychology classes, we did talk about children on the internet, and there also is this huge problem with, what's it called? That TikTok and stuff like that influences their self-image in a specific way, because you often see those children look like 16 years old when we looked completely different when we were that age.
Yeah, I was looking
Or
way
at least
younger.
me, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's more like also with the social media and everything.
Yeah.
We are also on social media, but we don't show ourselves, you can say.
Yeah, I never show my face on the internet.
Yeah, I don't know. Like when I would show my face in the internet, I don't know why I would show my face actually in the internet. Like I can
You're
see
pretty.
pictures of myself on my phone because I made pictures of myself on my own phone, and I can watch these. And why should I
Or you
show
send
all
them
pictures?
to specific people. Like you often send a selfie to me, but then only I see it.
Yeah,
which
like
is
I only
very
show
different
pictures
from-
to people that I know and I
Yeah.
want to talk about it, and actually, and not just to show, I'm having fun and everything.
Yeah.
And at some point, I can also get it a little bit, because you want to show other people what you were doing at some point, and maybe some people also start to talk with you when you have like a new picture or something, like, oh yeah, where have you been or something.
Yeah, it's for the self-confidence when you look very pretty in one picture and then people start talking, oh, you look so pretty.
Yeah, when you like, I often change my status on my status picture on WhatsApp, for example. Just like when I think, oh yeah, this picture is very, very nice, and I don't know, for example, it shows me when I was at the sea or anything, and I don't know, when I was traveling and something, or with your dog. I have a picture with your dog on my WhatsApp picture.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I think I actually have it right now. But I don't know, like on Instagram, for example, I don't know.
Yeah, it's different when you show it to strangers, because you
Or also
never
when
know.
you just show yourself. Like for us,
Yeah.
it's mainly we show like a product in some way, and we show like maybe what we ate.
Yeah.
Just to also have like additional content.
Yeah.
You know, just to, how's it called? Because the podcast is also like some kind of content, which is for people for entertainment and everything. And also like maybe for some people who feel also a little bit alone during Corona times and maybe in general have a bad time. Not only for the bad people, but for the bad people, no.
What?
What? No, maybe I said it wrong, but it's more just to, how's it called? Make
Connect.
the world a little bit more nice.
Yeah.
With our horror stories where people try to kill each other and
And die.
And
Okay,
die.
now I will probably die.
now I will probably die.
Last sentence of my story.
But maybe the listener will understand, or maybe we will get like a lot of hate comments like, oh, what are you talking about? Everything is bullshit. I have been on TikTok for a long time and nothing happens to me. Yes. that can
Yeah,
also be the
always
case.
saying is you should be careful and take everything you see on the internet with a grain of salt. And
Yeah, actually, I was also one problem with social media is that at some point you're in like, how's it called? In a bubble.
yeah.
And I think that at some point you only get the opinions from this bubble. And for example, my mom is only consuming the same media and everything, and she's also on Facebook and has only like the same profiles which she always goes to.
Yeah.
And it's more like she only has one really strong opinion on a topic.
Same with my mother.
Yeah, I get the feeling this is like the world is not divided in good or bad. Like
Yes.
the world itself is like neutral. You only give it like how's it called? You only give it like interpretation of right and good when you like interact with the world or think about it.
Yeah.
I think there's also something that you learn in psychology, isn't it? Like the world is neutral and your own interpretation makes it good or bad. Like in your mind.
Not yet. I'm not in that chapter yet.
Yeah, but I did read some things about it. And
You had psychology in school, didn't you?
no, I had actually maybe something similar, like Pädagogik.
Yeah.
Which was like for children education, but we learned actually a lot during the class, like how children grew up and what kind of influences different kind of stuff have on children, and all of this like self-image when they develop it, and also in getting older, and what kind of phases you have also when you grow old. So actually our teacher was really good, so we also did a lot of psychology actually, because it's connected.
Yeah.
And yes, and what I wanted to say is if you only stay in this bubble, which is like your mind is thinking, okay, the world is just bad,
Yeah.
because you only get the same information, then, but it's maybe not the correct answer. What I normally sometimes, or what I kind of started to do is, I also have like my Instagram channels, which I normally read or look at, and my YouTube account is also like mainly Genshin Impact right now, because I'm playing it excessively. And I also now try to listen to the complete opposite of my opinion or something that I maybe believe in or from my bubble, and I try to look at the complete opposite and try just to see, okay, what are the other people who think the opposite of my opinion, what are their arguments? And then when I see this kind of like the two extremes, maybe I can find myself somewhere in the middle where I have both arguments and I can understand each other, and I kind of know how the people get into these extremes.
Yeah.
Maybe you know what I mean. Like this is very far away now from your story, actually. But I think it's not too bad to think about this kind of stuff.
Yeah. True.
You can use me as a citation in your psychology exam. You're welcome.
Quote Mindy.
Wrote Mindy. Mindy. No.
Mindy.
And
Yeah.
but yeah, actually it's hard to analyze your story. Like, who is the big sister? And why, like, okay, when we return to the story, if only she hadn't listened to her big sister, then maybe her big sister told her, yeah, you should just go to this guy, give him this rose and everything, and then something happened.
Yeah.
Or maybe this guy was like a psychopath or anything from the beginning, and then he was like, oh yeah, I hate roses, I hate you from the beginning, maybe something happened, and then he was just like quacking? No.
What?
Broke? He broke, you can say? I don't know. When something happens and your personality changes or something. Or maybe he has a personality disorder. I have so many theories, but too less to work with.
Too little to work
Too
with.
little to work with.
We will never know.
You will never know. Wow, that's the best. That's the best thing at the end of the episode. Okay, you will never know. I was trying to analyze it the best I could do, but maybe the listener can analyze it better than I do.
Yeah.
Or Sam can do, because she also doesn't know what really happens.
I just hope no one from my old school recognizes me.
Oh. So,
Yeah.
I think this is everything I have for this episode, actually.
Yeah.
Or do you want to add something?
Do we want to read it in German or for the
Ah.
Patreon?
Yeah, by the way,
By the way.
this is something that we also need to include now in every episode. By the way, if you're interested in us or in additional content or anything else,
Yeah.
We have a lot of social media, and we also have a Patreon account. Woo! I'm waving my hands and Sam is just looking at me weirdly. And then, yes, I made a Patreon account yesterday, and yeah, if you would like to, have some additional content, content from our we are content creators right now, and or some new animations or some early accesses to an episode. I have now a Patreon where you can just find also everything additional that we do while we record an episode. Also outtakes from episodes and everything, because I think in this episode there will be a lot of outtakes. So become a Patreon now or never. No!
No!
No! Become a Patreon now or maybe later.
Or maybe later.
Or maybe later. I don't think now or never is better.
Because it's written on the document.
Yes, I was looking at it, I was like, now or never. But actually I don't want to have never. I would maybe now or later. Please help us in supporting us in getting a microphone. I want to have a microphone. And what are our other social media?
We are on Instagram if you want to see food.
Yeah, I will also put our food recipes on Patreon for the people who want to recook what we did.
Yes.
Sorry for disturbing.
We are Fiction After Lunch on Instagram and on Tumblr. And we are Fiction After Lunch on YouTube. You started uploading our episodes also on YouTube.
Yes.
We have some small animations, and we also try to do a bit of gaming, but this will come out later.
When we
Yeah.
finish the game, actually. Yeah.
And
What should...
Twitter.
I really forgot it right now. I was like, no or never.
Yeah.
I should say no or never. Yeah.
I will never stop complaining about Twitter. We are Fiction and Lunch over there.
Yes.
And that's it. Thank you
it.
for listening. Give this a like.
Give this a thumbs up. Whoa.
Yeah, a review and a follow and
A
whatever
Patreon?
you... Mindy really wants money.
No! I want to have a microphone, actually. I really want.
Yeah, if you want better audio quality, consider supporting Mindy in her...
Consider supporting only me.
Yeah.
Sam is just like an additional thing here.
Yeah, I'm just here. I just live here.
She just sits here and gives me her story for to read
Yeah.
with her. Okay, then this is everything that we have for this episode.
Yeah.
And our last sentence, now or never.
No, I never. Bye!
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Now or never.
Bye!